Hi, I'd like to show you how to create a figure from your images in OMERO. And the images I'm working with today are ones that I've downloaded from the JCB data viewer, where these are freely available. And I've got some nice images of C. elegans here from the Carlton lab from this publication. And I've got the images for figure 3, so I'm going to start to put together a representation of that figure. Having imported the images into OMERO, I can see there's some pixel data, pixel size information associated with them. I can choose to rename the channels here, so I've renamed these according to the fluorophores that are in the images. And I've added some tags that represent the strain or the developmental stages of these C. elegans. When viewing the images in the full viewer here, I can adjust the rendering settings and the colors, and for this image I've added some ROIs here, some rectangle and a couple of arrows. So I want to use all of that work that I've done on these images and combine that into a figure. So I'm going to select some of these images and right click on them over the left here and open with a figure. So let's lay these out on the page as I want them, like this. I can just do this by just dragging them around, and I can also resize them, and then I want to make them into a nice grid layout. So let's select them all, first making sure that they are all the same size. I can resize to align the width and height, and then click to align them into a grid. Okay, let's zoom in on them all here a bit. Now I can also select these three here. I'm going to just copy and paste using the keyboard shortcuts, and that simply duplicates this column of images. And let's tweak the layout a little bit more by shifting these ones up and these down a little bit, and we'll resize a bit smaller. Okay. Now I want to adjust the rendering settings and I can do this just in the same way as I did in the web-based viewer, but I can also do this to multiple images at once. Let's set both these here. I'm going to change the color of this channel and turn off the third channel, and again let's select all these images. I want to turn off the blue channel, and then for the center column I just want a single channel to show the PLK2. Okay, now let's zoom in on all these images. I'm going to select all of them, and I want to ensure that they're all zoomed in the same amount, so I'm just going to drag the zoom slider here. And this is not actually cropping the images completely. I'm going to select these two bottom ones here, and I can still pan around these images to view other parts of them. Again, let's select these two in the middle, and in this case I'm going to actually use this crop button, so I can draw a region that I want to crop the image to, but I can also use the ROI that I drew in OMERO to crop the image to a particular region. Another way that I can use the ROIs in an image from OMERO is that I'm going to select this one and go to the Labels tab, and here I can open the ROI viewer, editing. I can draw regions just like this, but also I can load them existing ones from OMERO. So let's add these arrows that I previously saved on the image. Now I want to add a scale bar just to these images on the left, these three, and ones on the right. I'm going to shift drag to select these ones. I can click to show a scale bar. This is 10 microns by default, and it's using the pixel size to draw this. I can resize it, or I can add a label. Now I'm going to add some labels to the images. Let's just select this one on the left, and I can do this just by typing a label text here, choose a font size and a position relative to the panel. Let's add it to the left, and that will add that text simply like this. But I can do this much more powerfully. Let's just remove this one by creating them from various pieces of metadata. I'm going to choose to create them from tags, and so I'm going to select all of the panels and add labels from tags, and this is added new labels based on the tags that are on these different images. Some of these labels I want to be underneath the image, so let's move some of these to the bottom. And now for these 6 images on the right, I don't need the additional labels. I can just simply remove those. Again, let's select all the images, and I'm going to use the names of the channels to add labels to top left of each panel. And again, I'm going to move some of these into the top right. Okay, so let's save this and give it a name. And now I can export either as a PDF or as a TIFF, and that's going to create a figure for me to download. And once I've downloaded it, I can open it in any software locally, for example in an Illustrator, and I will be able to keep on editing this in a different application. Here I've also got an extra information page for the figure that will give me a link back to the figure itself, but also to all the images that are in the figure. Okay, thanks for watching.